Voters in at least 37 states are heading to the polls to cast ballots on a number of issues, most of them very hot button. But there's one race that is not getting a lot of attention. It's in Michigan, a local election pitting the voters of a small town against China, they say. Voters are looking to toss out their entire local government over approval of plans for a battery plant connected to the Chinese government. It's the latest chapter in a story that NewsNation's been covering for the past year. NewsNation's senior national correspondent Brian Enton joins us live from Green Charter Township, Michigan, with the story you'll only see here. They want to toss out the entire government, Brian?
Yeah, they want to vote everybody out. They're having this recall election. We've been covering the issue on your show for almost a year now. They're very, very upset here about this Chinese-affiliated battery plant moving into town. The polls are still open. They're going to be open for about another hour and a half. It's been busy, a steady flow of people, especially for a small town. We just learned that more people have voted today on this issue than did in the race for governor last time. People are very, very passionate. You'd never know on the outside, but inside this rural Michigan town hall, there is something happening that has never happened before. Residents are voting to decide whether to oust their entire local government. The signs driving around Green Charter Township tell the story. Neighbors here are upset their local township board approved a Chinese-connected, massive electric vehicle battery plant.
They think they're just going to slip in under the cover of darkness, under maybe township or local people that aren't willing to fight back, or maybe they're thinking we're not smart enough to fight back or whatever. But as Ormond has said many times regarding this, Goshen ran into a different kind of redneck.
Well, I mean, but you guys are literally having an election today to take out the whole local government over this. I mean, it didn't stay in the darkness.
No, it did not. We didn't allow it, and yeah, we just are praying every day that we're successful in this.
China's our #1 enemy. #1, Chapman, you don't care.
It's a story NewsNation has been covering for the past year. Residents furious with the plan for the company named Goshen to move in.
This is an absolute disgrace, a mockery of the American dream.
My family members fought communism. And you're bringing it right here. Everybody's entitled to an opinion. And guess what China's is? They don't like us.
Goshen's corporate records say the company shall set up a party organization and carry out party activities in accordance with the Constitution of the Communist Party of China. Goshen denies an allegiance to the Communist Party, but the possible communist connection is what so many of the people here say is driving them to the polls.
Right now, we're not on friendly terms with China. I mean, they're threatening us all the time. I consider them the enemy, and so I don't want them here either.
And so the polls will close out here at 8 o'clock, Elizabeth. It's really kind of tense because so many people are fired up about this. They brought in a clerk from a neighboring township to actually run the election because they didn't trust the local clerk with everything going on. And they say that if they're able to actually oust their entire government, they're going to show up tonight with a locksmith, they say, try to lock the doors to the town hall so that they can start fresh with a new government. Hopefully, they say, keep the Chinese plant out.
Whoa. All right. Just in case, you're thinking these people are crazy in this town and overreacting, we recently heard from the Five Eyes, the intelligence chiefs of the United States and our 4 English-speaking allies, who said China poses the greatest espionage threat to democracy that we have ever faced. FBI Director Chris Wray admitted the Chinese government is building industrial sites in the United States that are actually covers for espionage operations. Take a listen to this.
We've seen a variety of efforts by Chinese businesses, some cases state-owned enterprises, some cases ostensibly private companies, attempting to acquire businesses, land, infrastructure, what have you, in the United States in a way that presents national security concerns.
Chris Wray goes on to say that the national security concerns are that some of these land acquisitions or companies are building near military installations, and that they're engaged in widespread theft of intellectual property. So if the Five Eyes know about this and they can't seem to stop this, how successful might the town's voters be?
That's what I found so fascinating about this story, Elizabeth. There's no federal law that stops these Chinese companies from coming in.
Thanks so much for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.